So today, I was thinking a lot about memories and my past, and I thought I would go through a couple of different things today instead of, the good and the bad of the day. The day was a normal one. So I thought I would kind of share a good memory, a bad memory, and kind of another thought of the day. So, for my good memory, one of my favorite things to do when I was real young, maybe like 10 to 16, was to go over to my cousin's house. She wasn't actually my real cousin, or she's not now, or whatever, crazy family situations. But through those ages, it was just my favorite place to go. I remember she lived in Pennsauken, and I remember she lived right across the street from a giant water tower. So every time my parents tried to trick me or tried to surprise me, they couldn't, because I saw the water tower, and no matter where I was, if I saw that, I knew where we were going, and I knew that it was going to be a lot of fun. Hanging out with her was always easily the best time. We pretty much did everything and anything. We did sports, we hung out, we watched movies, and I remember every year watching the magic show and trying to do the card tricks that he puts on the TV. And it was just, we took walks, we went through the woods and streams and all kinds of stuff like that. We hung out, we talked a lot. I always loved going over there, and I remember one time I went over there, and we were hanging out, and it was funny because I didn't really see her like a girl, and so one day I found this little bottle, or it looked like like a disc. I don't even remember what it looked like too much, but I remember it looked odd, and I picked it up and I squirted perfume in my eye, and it was hilarious. I don't think she stopped laughing for hours. I think the first time I ever considered doing anything daring was with her. We were somewhere doing something, we were high up and we had to jump down, and I didn't want to like wuss out, so I jumped, and ever since then I've been trying stupid stuff like that. And I will admit that I stole my hockey number from her. She played softball and her number was 22, and ever since then, when I played basketball, baseball, and then eventually hockey, which just stuck, I always wore number 22, and it started out because of her, and then it became my thing. So that was my good memory, and for my bad memory, I was thinking about this at work today. I have abandonment issues, and I'm going to explain one reason right now. When I was maybe 15, my dad took me to a concert in far away. I don't remember where it was, but I remember it was not close to where I lived. And he took me there, and I remember we split up because I was too cool to hang out with parents, and to be honest, I'm still too cool. We didn't get along at all, so the first thing I wanted to do was go off on my own, which is what 14, 15-year-olds do. So he let me, and he told me to meet back at a certain spot at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or whatever time it was. I think it was 2. And so I'm walking around, watching the show. This was before I was into photography or taking pictures or caring about anything. So I didn't do anything really. I just kind of walked. And I noticed it was getting real close to the time that he said. So I started walking back. I was a little bit lost, so I think I was maybe like 5 minutes later than he said. And I went to the place where he told me, and he wasn't there. So I waited, and he still wasn't there. Must have been 2 more hours, and he still wasn't there. And then it ended up being that night. Now remember, he told me to meet him in the afternoon. It may not have been 1 or 2, I don't remember, but it was no later than 3. So between 3 o'clock and 9, 9:30, 10, he hadn't shown up. So I forget what happened. I think I found a payphone, and I called his house. Now, the show was in New Jersey. His house was in Bensalem, PA. He was home, and when I called, I was really angry, and I used to be a punk kid, so I wasn't really polite anyway, but at this time, I was really rude, and I was yelling at him, and I was just so angry because he left me there. After I got done ranting, his response was, "You didn't meet me." And I kept just saying, like, I went to where you told me to go, when you told me to go. I was a few minutes late, not much. And he drove all the way back and picked me up and took me home because I didn't listen to him, is what he said. And he was real mean about it when I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, a few minutes, I'll give it to him. I was a few minutes late. And I'll definitely give it to him that I was really rude. But he left me an hour away from where he was and just decided, "You're late, too bad." And I was like 14. So it was stuff like that that was just, it always sticks in my mind. I don't know why I was thinking about it today, but I was. And so that was my bad memory. And my thought of the day today is that sometimes bad stuff happens for a reason. I know, it's cliche to talk about that and to say it, but it's true. You know, maybe some of the days when I'm down on myself, or down on God, or down on the day, or down on friends, or whatever, maybe those days help me to remember how good I do have it. Even at my worst, I have it really great. And, you know, even when nothing goes my way, because nothing went my way today. Every time I stepped outside to do some work, there were cars in the way. And every time, like, even making this video, every time I turned the camera a certain way, the wind would blow, and it's frustrating. And I've been having trouble all day just picking stuff up. My motor skills are a little off. I don't know, I've had trouble picking stuff up, holding stuff, just bumping into stuff. So, but even with all of that negativity, it makes the good days a lot better. And it also reminds me, one, that I'm not perfect and that I can't do anything on my own, because I can't. If it weren't for friends, and if it weren't for God, and if it weren't for, you know, the help that I've gotten, I would be in a different world, and not a good one. So, I've been thinking all day about how the bad times make the good times good. You know, the rainy days make the sunny days so much better, and the sunny days make the perfect cold, snowy days so much better. And it's just something I gotta focus on. I know it's for me, and I mean, I don't know if it's anyone else's problem or shortcoming, but it's mine. It's one of mine. Okay, I'm gonna go before the sun goes down, which it's doing quickly. So